I don't know if that worked, but it's pretty cool. All that like reaction stuff. And I wanted to do this because it's that kind of a day. Welcome to Friday Flashbacks. And this is a flashback that goes back more than a week. Oh, there's Sparks in the video. There. I'm going to say hi. Hello, Sparks. Get a chance to do something that goes way back to February and to today. And that is, I mentioned in the email that something big was brewing. And so today, it's just a little longer than normal, I would say. And it's something big is brewing. We're gonna do something next week is when it kind of opens up. So here's the thing. I had a chance to talk and meet with a lot of people February and March. Not to mention over the fall, and just talking with people around town as I walk around here in my town, my new adopted town. And after I sat with, what I heard and did some journaling exercises, I kind of said, there's a common thread. Not uncommon, right? Well, that's funny. Not uncommon that people have common challenges. And when it comes to a writing memoir, it seemed like there were 4 that really stood out. And they were having the time. They were having people to give feedback. It was something I'm just going to call big picture structure. I'll talk about that in a second. And then one that was kind of living in the immediate shadows of it all, and that was community. And so I've decided that I've been a teacher. I love being a teacher, and I want to teach again. And so what we want to do is I've been in the kitchen brewing up something fantastic, and it is going to be a 6-week live course. 6-week live course. No video stuff. It's going to be a small group of people, not some big, you don't know anything that's going on. It's a boutique opportunity to work with other people. And let me get at what might interest you. I heard people say that they just get stuck because they start this process of memoir, and it takes a long time because there isn't that driving force that keeps things going. And so one of the things I wanted to do this is to do a 6-week course, 90 minutes each week, same day of the week, and we get together to meet, and that moves the ball down the field. The other thing I heard was a lot about, again, I called it structure, big issue structure. And what were some of the subsets of that? People were saying things like this. I don't know how to get started writing my memoir. I just simply don't know how to get started. If this course could handle those kind of concerns, would that be useful? I thought to myself. Another was, I've already written a lot of stuff, and now I don't know what to do with it. I've got pages. I know somebody with over 65,000 words, and now the challenge is, how do I put this together? And I thought, if a course was out there that could help do that, would that be useful? Another thing I heard was, I don't know what should stay in and what should get put out. Again, kind of structural, right? Same kind of question. If I could put something together that would help that, would that be useful? And on all counts, I said in terms of driving time, these structural issues, and then one of the structural issues led me to sort of the other two. And that is, I had one person say, you know what, I don't even know what to ask. I don't even know what I don't know. And that's what happens when you're by yourself, right? You get started and you don't know what you might not know. And I said, if I could create a class that would help that, would it be useful? And I said, definitely yes. And so what we're cooking up is 6-week live course with between 6 and 10 people. And it's purposely small because it's there so that you know everybody else. And one of the big things was I don't know how to get feedback on what I'm working on. And this becomes a community of people. Over the early winter, I ran peer review crew just to kind of see how that worked out, and learned a lot of great takeaways on how to get peer beta readers and things like that. This is the place where the people you're in community with in this class, they become a natural extension. There you go. Now you have people to get feedback from. And because you're in a class with other people, there are people asking questions that you might not have known. And another thing that I'm picking up just in the energy of it all is there's pain involved sometimes with writing memoir. And it's good to be in community for that. So you could stop right now and just know that watch next week's email, because this is going out to the email crew, right? I invited the people from Facebook to come on into this, but because this is a first time thing, I'm going to do this and do it at a discount because we are going to build it together. It's already been designed, but we're going to work out the things and see what works. And what that means is it's going to be it's going to be like a big warm hug. It's going to be super embracing in terms of the bit. I've been through a lot of writers' workshops, and I've led writers' workshops for teaching. And this one excites me because it's going to be how to get going, putting my memoir together, something like that. And it's because there are people who are even writing it, but they need to put it together. They need to get started with putting it together. And by having 6 to 10 people in community for 6 weeks, same time, we're also going to bring in aspects of setting intention. We're going to make it a safe space. We're going to have sharing. We're going to have time for work. It's going to be a beautiful experience. It's not just some academic drill. You can get that in books. You can get that on Google. We're going to be there together. So I think that's probably all I can say now. I mean, in a video, my commitment is I am, over this holiday weekend, I am going to put together all the deets in some kind of a web page so that next week I'm going to send it out to you on the email list as an opportunity to get into this thing. And I don't know. This is just coming up for me, and I want to start in June. And I know there might be people wondering, well, is that a good time with all the summer starting unofficially this weekend? When is ever a good time? It's a great time. There may be a lot of people who have got time off now because they're out of school, they've been teaching, or they've just got a little more free time. And so I say, you know what? Let's just do it. So, hey, we're going to do this thing. Look next week for a web page. It's going to go only to people on the email list. And we're also going to cap it. After we get to 6 to 10 people, it's going to be it, because we're not going to make this thing big. It's about being there for each other. And I'm starting to repeat myself. Let me just stop there by saying, in terms of this Friday flashbacks, this is all the stuff that is kind of flashback to the beginning. And the what's hot, what's the pain, what's the hot take. It's all this thing. You know, what's hot is there's going to be a new course that we're going to be starting within a month or less. I would love you to know about this and be watching next week so you can read the details, see if it's right for you, and see if it's a way for you to get with others that are going through the same journey, and get yourself on the path to where you've got all the key things that I use in working with my clients when I ghostwrite their memoir, is how do we get it put together and out there. And to get it started, I should say, not out there. I think that's another one. There's another course in the future about the publishing aspects of it. But for this, we're gonna stick, and we're gonna go with getting started, putting it together. Really horrible title, I get it, but it's not just. This is not a craft class. This is not a how to write. There's wonderful material out there on how to write flashy dialogue and the like. But there's very few resources that tell you how to sort of get it all together. So please enjoy this beautiful weekend that we've got coming up. It's a long weekend for, I think, most people. It's Memorial Day. It's a chance to remember. It's specifically for those who have laid down their life for our country. It's also the idea of the memorial comes from the word memories, and it comes from memoir. It's very fitting for, I think, us memoirists to use Memorial Day between the beans and weenies and hot dogs and the fireworks and all the other good stuff that's going to happen, is taking that moment to reflect on those who have gone before us and be grateful for so many things that we have these days. So with that, I bid you a wonderful kickoff to Memorial Day weekend 2024, and you will hear from me in with bells on, I think is the cliche, next week with all the details. And I can't wait to talk with some of you who are going to make the move and get into a first ever community group course on how to make it happen with your memoir. So, peace. Sparks and I are going to go take a walk. So,